Hello there, today I will show you how to set the speed and create a new speed on the Advanced Locomotion System. The situation is that this thing is not directly using the character movement with the maximum speed. To make sure that the animation has the same speed as your movement, the ALS is using this table data. Just search for it on the Advanced Locomotion System, data tables, and movement data tables. As you can see here, I have the three states: walking, run, and speed. And I also have these three row names: the normal, responsive, and locking. Those three has different values on the velocity, for each state and for each movement. For example, the walking, run, and speed. And this also have a movement curve, to do that. So I will show you the default movement. It's this one. And for example, if I switch to sluggish, I have different values and another movement curve. So just click over your phone, type for movement, and if I select the sluggish, this is a little bit different. It looks like it has a small delay on the movement, something like that. And now, if I want to edit the speed, or for example, the normal row, just edit that value. I'm currently on the looking direction, so just select a really higher value and put this on normal, right? So yeah, as you can see, now the character is really fast. That's how you can edit the movement of your character, of your Advanced Locomotion character. So just set this to the default values. So I can switch between these three row names, and I can even create another movement data table. It's here. But if I want to create another speed, I need to go into the ALS gait. Because the Advanced Locomotion System switch between them with the player input. The sprint action, if you press the button, it will sprint, and if you release that button, it will run. Okay, so I'm gonna add a new state with a new button. And for example, I'm gonna call this ability. But this is now the node to create another state into the movement data table. So just go into the struct that is generating that table. And as you can see, I have this struct movement settings states, but the right one is the movement settings. It's in the same folder, call it movement settings. Okay, so now here I have the three states. So just type new variable, and I'm gonna call this ability. Just move this thing a little bit. As you can see, I also have the curve vector. Now, if I split this, I can see the ability, and I can set the value that I want. But to make sure that, for example, if instead of sprint, I use that ability, to make sure that I'm using this ability on my movement data, I need to set that variable on my ALS-based character. Just search on the parent class of your animation character, and it's this one, right? And as you can see, I have this error because I overwrite the movement data. Just refresh and split each of one. Just connect this right here, split, and that's all. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into the update character movement. No, it's not. The get allow gate. To set a return node into my get if I use the ability. And this is not really necessary. It is called get actual gate. You can search for each of one of these functions on the server. Get actual gate. Yeah, this is not really necessary, but so I will skip that. And yeah, now I have this mapped speed. As you can see now on my current movement settings, I have this thing, ability, just promote to local variable, lock ability, and set that variable right here. Now I'm gonna need to create another one of these tables. So I'm gonna use the local ability as the B. The value is the speed, and the in range A is the last speed. Now it's the local sprint speed. As you can see on the description, 1 is for walk, 2 for run, and 3 for sprint. So I'm gonna select this of range A on 3 and B 4. Just copy this. Instead, local run speed, I'm gonna use the local ability. Perfect. The return node of this, gonna connect to the false, and the return value is the true. Okay. Perfect. Now, yeah, go into the update dynamic movement. I think is movement settings. That one. And just connect this. And as you can see, in the end, what I'm doing is just overwrite the maximum speed of the character movement. So now this will switch between the allocate gates, the current movement setting. But what I can do to make this easier and make something more similar to just overwrite this value is call this function and just create a new input. So I can use this velocity. So for example, if I use the ability value, my character will always, I need to switch this to normal. My character will always use that velocity, even if I'm walking, sprinting, whatever. But yeah, if you want to use that custom movement, that behavior, just connect that. And now, this is the sprinting, this is the walking. The walking is normal, the running, and the sprinting that now is the ability speed. Yeah, just like so. And if you want to set the animations for that, you can just use the ALS gait to switch between each state of animations. And actually, that's all. It's not too hard. The hard part was just know how you need to set this variable to really use the ability on the movement settings. But yeah, that was all.